action works.
Ah! Yeah!
Shadiversity.
Greetings, I'm Shad, and I was trying to make a video on judicial dueling, and we're going to go through the historical ways in which it was done. And I brought on Jazza, my brother here, to help me out doing it. And as we begun...
You realise the first mistake you made was inviting someone you thought might be an adequate dueling partner.
Really not.
And that was a mistake.
It really was.
What's wrong with what I was doing?
You're horrible. It is. I feel so bad fighting you without you knowing anything about it.
What?
You're a mess.
Come on, just show some footage. I wasn't that bad. Ah!
So are you ready? Because that means I could just come in and go.
You! Ah!
I said, run away there!
I gotcha!
You're really bad. Jazza doesn't
I'm
know
more
a
of a
thing.
master of surprise. Ah!
We'll see.
Ah! Ah! That's the second hit. Ah!
Can you stop it? He doesn't know a thing about sword fighting.
That's not true.
And as we begun
I know lots
going through just some of the basics, I realised I need to teach him some of the basics. And so I'm thrown out the window what I was planning on doing. And
Sorry.
no, that's fine. We're still good. Here are some of the basics of sword fighting, and I'm going to teach Jazza some of the basic principles to let him, figure out how to do a bit better.
Well, thank you.
You're welcome. But I feel like because you need a lot of
Still
help.
don't know what was wrong with what I was doing.
But before we actually get into it, and I've already shown you some clips of our initial engagements, I got him headshot really easy 3 times in a row. It was
It's a headshot. It's an ear shot.
the ear is on the head.
Yeah, but I wouldn't have died.
And then he
I
complained like a
Van
little
Gogh was
baby,
alive.
like, "Don't go for the head."
Van Gogh was alive after his ear was cut off. It's a non-lethal wound.
I brought this, and I was trying to get him to wear it.
looks
And he's like,
silly.
I don't need it. Jazza, I brought something for you.
Uh-oh.
I want you.
Oh, what do you think this is?
You need to wear that.
Why do I need to wear that? Where's yours?
I'm not going to need
This
one.
cocky bastard. Sorry, do it.
Do you want your gloves as well?
No. Mono, man.
Are you sure?
I've never been more sure of anything in my life.
I brought this for a reason. But before we actually get into the dueling part and me basically sharing Jazza the basics of sword fighting, which will be instructive for you and it's going to be a hell of a lot of fun, we need to actually talk about the sponsor of this video, Audible. Absolutely. If you go to www.audible.com/Shadiversity and give Audible a try for 30 days, you will not only get your first audiobook free, but you'll also get 2 Audible originals that you can't get anywhere else for free. For free.
Ah!
That's right. Or, even better, if you're in the US, you can text Shadiversity to 500 and you get the same deal as well.
That sounds really convenient.
It's super convenient, Jazza. I'm glad you brought that up.
I'm glad you brought this up.
Thank you,
because I
Jazza.
too am a huge fan of Audible.
He is actually.
For Rizzle.
I think I can trump you in being a fan for Audible. I'm a bigger fan.
All right, okay.
You know why?
Yeah, grab your phone, grab it. Let's put your money where your mouth is.
All right, okay.
Come on,
all right.
if you want to do this, we're doing it seriously. You think you're all, I can a jeweler, I'm a good jeweler, yeah, whatever. I have a bigger library than you do.
Well, all right, let's find
We're
out.
comparing library sizes.
We were comparing sword sizes on Jazz's video. Go check it out. It was amazing.
Stop making it weird.
What's weird about comparing sword sizes?
So I'm at the bottom. Go to the bottom of your list. Oh, look at that scroll bar. Wait, where's your scroll bar? Okay. All right, that's pretty. All right.
Oh, hang on. Where is my scroll bar? It's so small you can't even see my.
wait,
And I'm still going. I'm still going. All right, now it's tiny. Look at my.
Wait.
I have a tiny scroll bar. Scroll bar.
Saying I have a huge library.
I have a tiny scroll bar and a huge library.
As you can see, Audible has an unmatched selection of audiobooks, and those Audible originals I mentioned are exclusive audio titles created by celebrated storytellers from the world over.
No! Boom! And it's still going.
All right, I can see. God damn it!
My library
touch a win in
is
this video.
huge.
Quality over quantity. And I have some great quality audiobooks, including Shadow of the Conqueror by Shad M. Brooks. Available now on Audible.
Exactly, and I think that's the other point of evidence why I'm a bigger fan of Audible, because I even made my own audiobook.
I have not done that.
Seriously, guys, it's awesome.
Go check it out. Best readers ever, like they're my favorite readers. So I highly commend your choices in making it a really great quality production, and it's a really fun book. But you guys already know that. You're Shad's audience, so you know about it more than I do.
But you can, if you're interested in my book, because huge fantasy, massive magic, lots of swords and everything like that, you can get it for free. You don't actually need to spend any money. And how do you get it for free?
How, Shad?
Well, I'm glad
how do you get it for free?
I'm so glad you asked, Jazza. If you go to www.audible.com/Shadiversity and try Audible for 30 days, you can get Shadow the Conqueror for free, as well as 2 Audible originals. Or if you're in the US, as I mentioned before, text Shadiversity to 500-500.
That sounds too good to be true.
It's not too. It is real. It is super real.
Super real. You heard it here first.
And with that, let's bash up Jazza, because I'm interested to see if you'll leave me to land a hit on. We'll see.
That's the second hit.
Can you stop it?
I like how I'm putting it in a fake sheath, but I have a sheath.
It's not. It's a frog. It's a sword frog.
It's a frog?
Yeah, it's called a sword frog. They're not historical. They're mainly used for LARP. Oh. I made a video on it. Check it
on frogs.
Not on frogs, on medieval clothing. Isn't that a wonderful cloak?
Fantastic.
I've let Jazza wear my cloak, and it is like he's having fun just like what you're wearing. You just want to billow with it. Look how amazing that is.
Winter is coming.
Jazza needs to learn some of the basics in sword fighting.
Shut! You couldn't have more disdain in your sigh. I'm sorry, I know your audience are very much into actual, taking medieval stuff seriously. I'm just really into the sword.
It is. It's heaps of fun.
Swinging stuff.
Look, let's do some quick bouts, and I'll show you the difference between someone who just picks up a sword and likes to swing it around to someone who has, been informed even a little bit with historical swordsmanship. Okay? So just basic techniques, has a good understanding of distance and timing, stance, reaction.
Listen, this is your channel, this is your video. You have every right to edit it how you want, but I know you are going to
You're off center. You're
unfairly going to make me look bad. So if you want to see how this actually looked, go over to my channel where we did my collab, where we did some cool art stuff, but at the end of the video I did a proper little edit of what the sword fighting actually went like.
The real sword fighting.
The real.
And I'm thinking of just uploading this unedited to really show you.
My ear still hurts.
If I'm just standing here and I want to bait Jazza in, so I'll go in like this and go around and hit him on the side. And so what I did there, I went in, caused Jazza to engage my sword, which he pulled it out on the side, which made him open on this side, and I brought it around and hit him on that side. Sword fighting is a lot about You didn't even hit me.
I've learned something today.
Did you?
What? Shit! Shit!
First off, let's get you holding the sword right.
Yeah.
Track it up here, track it down, foot forward, foot back, off on an angle.
Like that?
Like that, okay? You don't want to go like this. Present a larger target, put you off balance.
I feel so much more ready for battle.
Basic stances, okay? What it's doing is a kind of a long point. Long point can be debated if this is long point or if this is long point.
This is the shopping cart. This is the elevator.
You want to be very accurate when you're dealing with historical facts and things like that, because when you're wrong, you rightly get roasted. So look, sometimes there's a bit of debate whether this is long point or this is long point, but this is closer to plow stance in my opinion.
What is plow?
So, right here, okay? Basically, the standard kendo-like stance. Now, it's a very safe stance to begin with because keeps your sword on point, good guard position, things like that. But then you also have fall, which is what I'm doing here. Yeah, this is basically, look, it's a more casual form of fall if I was being serious, but it's basically a low guard. What's good is you're actually trying to attack me, you're not trying to attack the sword. That's one of the things a lot of beginners do.
I tried to do the fake thing and try and go around like that. Did that work at all?
No, because it exposed your hands.
Now you're stepping back, is that because I'm on the higher ground?
No. Basically, one of the other basic principles in swordsmanship and stuff is when you attack, you advance, and when you're on defense, you move back. Because if I miss a block, I might have been able to move far enough back that you'll just miss completely. And so it's a safe thing. But when you're attacking, you want to advance to make sure you hit. And so if I'm trying to hit you now, and I wanted to get a solid kind of thing, I could go. But the other thing is, Jazza is a very reactionary kind of fighter already.
What are you trying to say?
You're twitchy. Whenever a sword moves, you wanting to put your defense up on guard. So if I do this, you generally react to it. See? And because he's a reactionary type of fighter, he tried to block, which then exposed him on the other side, and I was able to go around and hit him.
So how would I avoid doing that?
If I'm doing this, I'm not going to hit you, so you don't need to do a thing. So you would hold it, because it's a feint that's not going to hit you. But you might want to raise your guard up a bit more.
Okay.
Okay, so if I'm going like that, there's a number of counters that you could do. If I went in like that, and you just straighten and go for my head. Yeah. Aha, you see? And so the way that I would counter that is left. And then because is pushing down, if I moved in, sword fighting is this wonderful game of chess where it's counter, move, move, counter. Only react when you do need to throw a defense. So if I went in like this, you reacted again. So again, don't react. But what's a way to counter it, remember?
There.
Aha.
It doesn't help that I'm like...
Well, that's the other thing. You're very defensive.
I am, because I'm not a physically confident chap.
Because one of the other things is knowing when to, if they're pushing in, you don't always have to move back. You can move in yourself in a counter attack and hit them in response. And so the best defensive is a good offensive. So if Jazza tries to hit me and I see an opportunity, I'm going to take it. So try and hit me.
Ah! Ow! All right, fair enough.
He went low. He did like tap me on the arm, but that wasn't anything compared to the stronger hit on the things. So one of the dangers about attacking low is that your whole upper body is exposed, okay? And defending my lower body is really easy. All I have to do is this. And if you've exposed your upper body by attacking low, and I just go in like that, I'll generally be able to snipe his hands or something like that. So as a general rule of thumb, there's always exceptions. Try and hit higher. So upper body, shoulders, head.
I'm worried that I'm going to kill you.
If I get hit in the head by Jazza, it's my own fault.
I'm scared. I don't want to hit you. And if I do, I will be facing your vengeance.
You will.
Holding back. I'm holding back hitting you because I'm afraid I'm going to hurt you.
All right.
Yeah, see, this is how it should be balanced.
Don't hold back, Jazza. Try and...
Come on, just you watch.
Try and hit me in the head.
See, what happened is he's very reactionary.
Except my reaction worked.
Ah!
Let's do it properly.
How is that not proper? See, have you ever heard of like drunken master? That's like me. I'm just like head master. I distract you by annoying you. I didn't know we were starting. These are not voluntary sounds I'm making. See, you got my arm, I got your head.
Yeah.
Ow! That hurt.
I told you, I got gloves.
Doesn't it? So what am I learning, Sensei?
First of all, one of the biggest things about sword fighting is getting a instinctive understanding of distance and timing. That says a lot about sword play. Knowing when to hit, when to feint, when to advance, when to withdraw. Like if you try and hit me.
Was that a good reaction just then?
Wasn't bad, but you are flinching like, don't hit my beautiful face.
Well, have you seen this thing? Ah! Oh, cheap.
Cheap.
Cheap shot. Ah! It's all right, I blocked you with my neck.
I've got to go slow-mo, watch.
It really is, it's embarrassing. All right. Ow!
Put on the gloves.
I got your hand.
Yeah, but
I chopped your fingers off.
by the way, grabbing the sword is a historical technique. Grabbing, and if I get a cut hand and I kill my opponent, it's fine. I would have liked to have made this a more structured,
I think there's more we can do.
Yeah, well, we're not done, but I'm just saying, it would have been nice if I could have made this a more structured, here are the basics of swordplay, but you do make it very difficult to train.
I'm sorry, I'm not trying to.
I know, we're just having fun as well. Sorry. The thing is though, even with the really, really basic things we'll be going through, you're already holding your guard up more, and your reactions, though still bad, right, are better than what they were. They're like,
let's see how much I can learn in the time we have to do this.
Okay.
What's my next lesson?
Okay, so point your foot towards me because you're holding on the angle, you might roll it and sprain your ankle.
Okay.
Okay, and so on this stance, look, that's not, like, you can hold it lower, but...
What, like...
Well, you were holding it a bit low like that, can be fine,
yeah.
but it's also not the best. Keeping it up on like that.
And your arms are quite forward there, is that like how...
Well, it depends. Getting an idea of the distance measurement, right? And so I want to be out of measure towards you, which basically means out of range. And if I'm going to move into measure, that means I'm moving into range, but I need to do something to account for the sword. So I'm going, ow!
Ah! I didn't counter it effectively. What I did with my face, I countered it with my face. Gotcha! Oh,
you could be wearing a helmet.
Do you know, I've got a jaw of steel. Doesn't feel like it anymore. Feels a bit marshmallowy.
Try it again.
Grunt it off. Ah!
Good. So what will you do if I'm just moving out of measure?
Oh, this video's gonna make me look silly. I flinched when you walk into it.
Did I mention that is very reactionary?
Please. All right.
I love you, Josh. We each have our realms of expertise, and yours is art, absolutely.
Martial arts?
Not really.
Give me a go again.
You're going to do that?
Maybe, because I didn't hold back as much when you wore it, but maybe I won't hold back as much or maybe I won't flinch as much.
Yeah, that might help you out. Good, this is great.
I feel like Batman, like, you know, he can't turn his head because of the rubber of the mask.
All right, so you ready?
No. It doesn't help because I can't see what's happening.
So I'm going to do the exact same thing.
Ow.
Ready? Yeah, you gotta stop the flinching thing. Some of those attacks, you could have hit me if you just went bang, straight in. All right, so ready?
No. Ow! Ah! So what's the answer to your video title? Can you teach a noob how to sword fight?
Not in one session, that's for sure. Ready?
No. I don't like sword fighting. I like the idea of sword fighting. I like pictures and movies of sword fighting. I'm not a born fighter.
You're just new, okay? It's practice.
But it hurts. Things hurt. I don't like when things hurt.
One of your biggest...
That's my biggest flaw.
Your biggest...
is that I don't like it when things hurt.
Yeah, well, and essentially your biggest problem is you're flinching. Like, you're doing this, and you're almost closing your eyes, I think, in some instances. You're like...
Because I don't like it when things hurt. I feel like when I play like VR games with swords, I'm like, yeah, I'm so good. I'm cool. And I feel like, you know, I started off and like, I got the cape, I got a sword, I'm cool. I'm not cool.
Well, it's interesting because I don't consider myself an expert.
What can I do, Master? How do I gain my confidence?
How about you try using a shield?
A shield! That's what I need. A shield. That would give me much more confidence. Maybe.
Technically, if we're being accurate, you would want to use...
Oh, really?
Yeah. Not a long sword, but a one-handed sword.
I'm confident now.
Are you?
No. Ow!
I did expose myself quite a lot in that low hit, so if you went down...
All right.
Ready?
I stabbed myself with the shield.
Did you stab yourself with the shield?
Ow! I'm not good at this. If we drew pictures with swords...
Hold the shield up. You got the shield. It's your big defense. Okay, good. A bit better. If you hold it out a bit more... There's a couple of different stances you do. Get your foot on point. You don't want to sprain your ankle. Okay, so one of the main vulnerabilities with the shield is your foot, okay? So you can either, do that or just lift it when I go down to try and hit it. Or not that. So remember, your shield is there to protect yourself, so use it well. And one arm...
Use it well, that's what I forgot that bit.
Yep,
sorry.
you did. All right.
I feel like, should my foot be forward on the side with the shield?
Yes and no, it depends, but because if you put it back, that means your inclination is to pull the shield back with the back foot.
Yeah.
So if you go forward with it, just kind of keep it on angle, make sure to lift it up if I go down to strike, throw your shield down.
Oh, so that's the defenses?
Basically, yeah. So if I go down like this, lift it, there you go, okay? You need to be mindful. Or you could just use the best shield in the world, the kite shield, but because it protects your foot. And so what I'm going to need to do, because this is a big shield, is I need a feint Jazza.
I feel like we should swap so people can see how bad my leg stance is.
Yeah. So I need to...
And the shield's covered, so...
I need a feint Jazza to lower his shield in one direction to try and strike him. And so if I'm like this, I might go down, because Jazza is a very reactionary fighter. So I went, if you don't react, you'll be generally safe. But remember your foot, okay? So if I go down, so if I went like this, if I went...
I got you in the balls!
You got me right in the crotch.
Yeah.
See? Woo! Shields.
A victory.
There you go.
That's all I needed is to wear a little protection.
So, we'll go again.
All right. Ow! Ah! Shit! Ah!
Do you want to try this too?
Yeah, go on. This is better. God damn it!
One of the crucial failings that you have is your flinch reaction.
Yeah.
You were even doing it with the shield. That's why I was able to get you to bring your shield up in reaction and stuff. And so a lot of the time is just getting comfortable with the idea of, I guess...
Dying.
Well, it's not even that. It's just with fighting, I guess. And like trying to pay attention. If you can tell it's a feint, to not react to the feint. I feel like I need to
give some context to your audience, right? Because I think they're used to your understanding and experience with arms and armor and combat. I was in almost a fight once in my life. And I say almost a fight because I was 10 years old and I was held in a headlock and I just decided to embrace my new fate. And I just stood there in the headlock and I thought, well, this is me now because I'm not going to do anything back to this guy. So it was about 5 minutes and I think he was trying to like, get me to do something. And I was just like, no, well, I guess this is my life now. So I'm as unconfrontational as they come. Can you tell?
Mm-hmm. Now
I'm also competitive. This is where there's a problem.
There is a
because
problem.
I feel competitive. I'm like, I need to fight you. I'm
like, in contrast, I actually have gotten in a few fights over my life. Do you remember the big one? I had to pay for his medical bill, and when I was young, it was a lot. Just, fights, boys. All right, drop the shield.
The headlock wasn't all that uncomfortable. I don't see the point of fighting when really, like...
I feel fighting is an important skill that every man needs to have some practice in.
Really?
Yeah.
I disagree. I think neutrality is an important skill that everyone needs to have in their life as well.
I'm not saying go out of your way to look for fighting, but when that comes upon you, it's good to be able to be somewhat capable in opposing,
But also, knowing your capabilities may mean that neutrality is the best path for you.
Possibly, but you could learn. Like, out of us two, you're far more fit than me. So there you go. Fitness and weight is actually not a prime indicator on how well you'll do in a sword fight, by the way.
Shit! Got him! Gotcha!
Got you!
It doesn't count because I impaled you.
Ow! Wear the helmet one last time and let me really smash you. Or I'll wear the helmet and you try and smash me.
That sounds much more appealing to me.
Okay.
All right. Ha. Ha ha. Hey, that's cool. How do you do that?
Oi! You're trying to hit me.
No, I'm trying to do what you did. That was cool. Shit! That was sort of cool.
Kind of. Alright. I got the mask on.
Can we make this the video?
Right. Let's go.
The frustration in your sigh is so sad, and I'm so sorry. All right, let's do it. I think I should go back to sword. But I'll keep the shield. That does give me some comfort. That's it. I think this is what's been holding me back. Ah!
Disarmed! Oh!
Did I get you?
You got me!
Hey! I feel like I have improved a little bit. I'm feeling less fidgety.
Good.
I do feel like your tips with the legs and using the shield have helped
good.
me.
I tried to.
I'm definitely a shield fighter.
I tried to
have learned that about myself. I'm not a block with a sword guy. I'm a shield guy. Ow!
Yeah!
Is that another one?
Yeah, right there.
Alrighty. Was that a good one?
That was a great one, actually.
Thank you.
That was your best hit of the day.
Let's keep going. I feel like with you've got the helmet on. I do feel like the cape was definitely getting in the way. Yeah. I think it was also keeping me in the place where I wanted to feel like a cool combat guy, but I'm not that.
Well, it's good. You're using the shield in defense much better then. I don't even think I need
Well,
this.
the shield is making me feel less twitchy.
Yeah. The confidence in protection.
All right. That's what we all need sometimes. Bit of confidence in our protection, if you know what I mean.
Now, please do bear in mind, this is a massively unbalanced matchup. Without me having a shield, I'm at a huge disadvantage.
Is this a disclaimer for all the times I'm going to hit you?
Yep.
See, how does it feel like when I charge it? Like, does that really throw you off?
No, it just means you're attacking, so I need to move into defense.
Okay. Ah! All right, I'll give you that one. Round 2. Oh. Did I get you your hands?
Side of the shield scraped off a chunk of my skin.
Oh, shoot.
It's not your fault.
So that's totally a hit for me then.
I need a Band-Aid.
Yeah, you do.
It's my fault for putting a metal rim on it.
Yeah, no, that is brutal, man. You made this yourself.
I did. Not really meant for sparring.
So what you're saying is my best mode of attack is going to... So, I do feel like I've learnt some things.
Yeah.
I'm not good, but I have learnt a couple of things. So
You have?
If the question of the video is can a noob learn? A little bit.
A little bit.
A little bit in a little bit of time.
Yeah.
But I feel like I gained some confidence, and I drew blood! That was me!
Many judicial duels.
Where's my blood? Nowhere. Nowhere to be seen. Where's your blood, Shad? That is not laugh
honestly,
ready.
towards the end, you had way more confidence.
I did.
And that was
I
helping
do
you out
feel
tremendously.
That, yeah, like I would definitely give it credit to the stuff that you've mentioned, and they're really simple pointers. So keeping my feet straight did give me more confidence in my stance. The way I was using the shield, like when I started off, I was keeping right foot forward because I was used to that with the sword.
But keep the shield forward.
Like this definitely.
Yeah, for defense.
The shield properly.
And you were doing good protecting that bottom
I was
foot.
doing the lifting.
Yep.
I felt good, and I definitely got in the mode where I was trying to watch more what you were doing than just reacting instinctively. Yeah. So I feel like I learned something today.
There we go. It doesn't take too much.
It does not.
Still have a long way to go. But there we go. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you've enjoyed. I've had
Thank
a
you
lot
for
of fun.
teaching me. I've had a lot of fun.
Well, I tried.
You know your stuff, Shad.
I tried.
There's a reason they call your channel Shadiversity. It's educational, and I learned something.
There you go.
It was fun.
Yeah, having a serrated edge on the shield is very useful.
Can you keep the blood for the thumbnail? You should put it somewhere on your face.
I'm not gonna mess my face.
Well, I'm not putting it on my face.
It did take out like half a mil chunk of the top layer of my skin.
Yeah, it did.
Well, there we go. Look, thanks for joining me.
Thanks for having me. I'm sorry for
derailing this whole video.
I'm so sorry. Now, people, your fans are going to see this, and anyone who's made it through the video and tolerated my shenanigans will be probably a little bit thinking that they'll probably think I'm a little bit rude But if they don't know it, we're brothers. It's how we
We're
act
used to
off
it.
camera. We josh around, and if you want to see a little bit more of the joshing around, head on over to my channel. We do something a little less violent, so less swords, but it does involve fire, and let's say it got a bit heated at times. We painted with light, and it was really fun. So
It was great
go
fun.
check that out. But thank you for teaching me today, Shad.
It was a pleasure and an experience.
A violent experience.
Thank you for watching, guys. Hope you've enjoyed. Hope to see you again. And until that time, farewell.
You know, in retrospect, I think Jazza would have done better if I had actually taught him how to block. Oh well, I'll remember next time.
Ah! So, are you ready? Because that means I could just come in and go. So I'll go in like this and go around and hit him on the side. Ow! I'm gone. Ow! Ow! Ow!
No.
Ow! Ow!
Is it?
Yeah! What with it?
I gotcha!
We'll see.
That's the second hit. Right.
Ah! Can you stop it? So I went.
Gotcha in the...
Let's do it properly.